Welcome to programming in python.com. I'm back with another video. Here in this video I'm going to print the pattern of letter H. In the previous videos I told you how to print the patterns up to letter Z. I will link that video playlist in the description and also in the I button somewhere in the right corner of this video. So make sure to click it. So let's start with this program here, the pattern of letter H. And also guys, this is the explanation in the whiteboard. Later I'll also go into my computer and code the program in my PyCharm IDE so that we can see the output, execute and see all the results. So here is the whiteboard explanation. So let's get started with it. This is the H. This is the pattern we are going to print now. As usual in all the other programs up to Z, the conditions are same. We just need to print stars and spaces. Based upon the conditions, we need to print stars and spaces. Here, I need to print stars in 3 locations. One is here, this is the column, this is the first column, and other one is the last column, this is the last column, and in the middle row. So in 3 locations, first column, last column, and middle row. So let's see how we can do that. Let's assume the size is equal to 5, as this is a 5 by 5, as this is a 5 by 5 square. So I'll write yes equal to 5, this is the size. And now I need to write 3 for loops. First one is for printing first column, second one is for printing last column, and the third one is for printing the middle row. So I can also adjust these two in a one for loop as they are both same the columns. So I'll write the condition here for I in range of S. S is 5 here, the size. We can take any variable. I took S, so I'm writing here S. And for J in range, yes. So this is I is for looping the rows and J is for looping the columns. As you know, in all other programs, I follow the same rule. So here I need to write a condition where I can print the columns. So this is the first column, that is J. J should be equal to 0. So write the condition like if J equal to 0. That's it. If J equal to 0, this will print the first column. And also I'll write the condition for printing the last column as well. Or J equal to 0 and J equal to n minus 1. That is not n, that is s minus 1, because here the size is s. J equal to s minus 1. So J equal to 0 means this first column. J equal to s minus 1 means this last column. So in these cases, I'll print, as usual, I'll print a star and just a space and equal to space. If you are following the series, you might already know what is this end, why I'm using this end as space. As the default print statement has the end as next line. So if I don't use this end, it will print the star and go to the next line. I don't want that. So I'll print end as space. So after printing a star, it will just give a space. It won't go to the next line. So that is the reason why I use this end. So that is for first column and last column. And now I'll print the middle row. This is the middle row. For middle row, I write condition like if I equal to n by 2. It's not n, it's s. I equal to s by 2. So if I equal to s by 2, s is 5. 5 by 2 gives us, actually if you take it as int, it will give us, if you take it as int, it will give us only 2. So I by 2 plus 1, I'll do plus 1 so that it will go to the third line. If I equal to s by 2 plus 1, I'll print spaces. So this is the thing. Actually, we don't need to do this print 2 times. I will write this, I will wipe all this. You can write all these are if conditions. So I will write if J equal to s minus 1, it will print that. Or I will write a or condition and I will say or condition and I will say this, I will remove this. Or condition and I will remove this. So if I equal to s by 2. So these two conditions combine. You can combine these two conditions and print. We no need to write if conditions multiple times. There is only one if j equal to 0 or s equal to minus 1, I can combine this, and or I equal to s by 2 plus 1, that is for printing this row. So we have printed stars, and also we need to print else you need to print spaces, so I'll print spaces in else. So this will print spaces for remaining all conditions. These two conditions are printing for printing stars. First condition is for printing first column and last column, and this condition is for printing the middle row. And this is for else, and else we want to print the spaces. So after this for loop, we need to print an empty print. So it will go to the next line. Like after completing this iteration, it should go to the next line. For that, we'll print empty print. So that is this. So that is the logic for printing letter H. Hope you understood. There are only three conditions: first column, last column, and middle row. So this is for first column, this is for last column, and this is for middle row. I have print spaces, I have print stars, and in else I have print spaces. That's the condition. So now let me go to my computer and code this program. I'm in a Python IDE, guys. Let me start with the program. So initially I will ask the size of the pattern from the user. I'll ask input. I'll say enter the range, and I'll also give /t, so it will go to give some space. I'll also cast this to integer. So as usual in all my programs, I'll check whether size is greater than 8. So if it's greater than 8, the size, the pattern of letter H here looks somewhat reasonable. Otherwise, if it's small, we might not see properly. So I'll ask size. I mean, like if size is less than 8, I'll print enter size minimum of 8, else I'll print the pattern. I'll call print pattern. I'll pass this size to it. So this is the function, or definitely this is the function where I'm going to print this pattern. So I'm going to define it now here. I'll call diff print pattern, and I'll call the size which you passed as n here. So now, as I just said in the whiteboard, there will be two for loops, one for rows and one for columns. I'll write for rows in range n, for columns in range, this is also n. So here I'll write conditions for printing first column and last column. The condition for first column is if columns equal to 0. As you know, the range starts from 0 to n. If I give range of n, if I give example of 8 here, it starts from 0 to 8. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So 0 is the first column. If you want to print first column, I should call it as 0, or columns equal to n minus 1. So this is one condition for printing these two columns, first column and last column. And then I have another condition for printing the middle row. So I'll call that as rows equal to n by 2. This is floor division. This by 2 is floor division. So here in these conditions, I will print star and end. I already said in previous videos why I am printing this end as empty space. So here now in else condition, I'll just print these spaces. So this is the conditions, and also after the first for loop I need to give empty print so that we'll go to the next line. So basically this columns equal to 0 is for printing the first column, and columns equal to n minus 1 is for printing the last column, and row equal to floor division n by 2 is will print this middle row, you will see the difference between n by 2 and n just do this division, and this is called floor and this is called floor division. There's a difference between that. I'll just show you with an example in a while. Actually, there should be space here. We need to print spaces here. So now if I run this, I'll give the range of 8. It gives me h. So I'll run it with an odd number now. I'll run again and I'll give range of 9. It's also giving me h. But if I remove this and just do the normal division, it won't give me that h when even number is given. You can see that middle row is not there. And if I give the odd number like 8, even number like 8, it will print that. So that's because we are giving this as an integer. So when I divide 9 by 2, it's actually 4.5. But this normal division doesn't understand and it won't even go to the condition. It will just skips it. So that's why I have given this n by 2, that is floor division. So that's it for this program. Hope you like the video. If you like it, please consider subscribing to my channel programminginpython.com. Give it a like, comment, and also share it with your friends who might find these Python tutorials helpful. I will be continuing this pattern series up to letter Z. So stay tuned for more videos on programminginpython.com. See you in the next video. Bye bye.